big story happened last month and we couldn't tell you about it. So David, why don't you tell us about it now?
Yeah, well, the Event Horizon Telescope, they used a telescope the size of the Earth. They did it by taking all these individual dishes and they measured it in the millimeter wavelength and they combined the light later. And they got an image of the black hole. Of course, this is what I think of when I wanted to see the event horizon of a black hole, was the old Disney movie, of course. The galaxy we looked for the black hole in is actually in this image as part of our big picture. You can go look in our depths of space and see it. It's that one, M87. If you zoom in on it, you see this. And if you zoom in even more, you see this weird jet of material coming from the center. And that's an indication there's a supermassive black hole down in there gobbling up some material, and some of it gets flung back out as that jet. So it was a great candidate for this telescope to add together all the data. Now, the key is you have to take the measurements at exactly the same time. You had to encode it very, very, very fast at an extremely high rate of speed, and that's why we couldn't do this in the past. Computers weren't fast enough. And even when they did this, they generated this much data. All of those are hard drives. It was petabytes of data, and it all had to be combined. And you have to combine it at the right times, and you take pairs of telescopes and combine them that way, and you make an image. And here's a little diagram showing it. So if you take a telescope that's in Spain and combine it with the Chile telescopes, and as you add in more and more telescopes, the picture gets better and better as you're adding in more of those pairs of telescopes, until finally you have something that looks, well, a little bit like a black hole there, perhaps. And you think, well, gee, couldn't they do a little bit better than that? Well, remember, what we're seeing isn't much bigger than our own solar system. This is from XKCD, the comic. It's one of my favorite ones on the internet. And you can see there, that's Pluto's orbit. So this black hole, this ring of bright material, is a little over 700 times larger than the distance between the Earth and the Sun. So how does that compare? Well, it would be as though you're looking at, okay, not New York City from LA, not Central Park, not at a guy reading the paper, not at the paper, but the period at the end of the sentence. From LA to New York, that's how small that black hole was. So if you're complaining or people want to know, why was it a little blurry? you try. So, you try looking at that from anyway, crazy. In fact, they were saying you could read a newspaper in New York from Paris with their instrument. You'd have to scan very slowly, and it'd have to be in the millimeter wavelength. But hey, maybe we could do it.